So, to reiterate, we are still in the tavern. You have gathered some information. Let me just rerun through some of that. Gia's favorite wine was Starview Red, and she never drinks ale, which I'm sure was an unthinkable thing to think for most of the party clerics and grown man. Her favorite meal is this grilled marinated venison steak with lemon zested roast carrots. Her favorite books are histories and stories from the last wars. This is something you can really, really shine, at least shine for Zell.
Mm-hmm.
And she's in dating anyone, which is, I think, the information that was the hardest to get, but since you know the natural 20, hard gets out of the window. So, with that, you are sitting in the tavern waiting anxiously for Zell and Gia to take a seat together. Gia comes and you can obviously see that she has prepped herself for this dinner. Instead of the regular dress that she has, it's like a more of a nightgown than a dress. You can see that she has some manicure over here, a bit of jewelry tucked in her clothes. She looks amazing, and Zell obviously recognizes her as you see this your newfound benefactor, I would say, that stands in obviously a black suit, but he's currently drenched in sweat because of all of the stress that he's going through.
Poor man.
I did have a question. I was trying to ask last session.
Yes?
Does she like riddles, is what I was trying to ask?
Nothing says so, but maybe if there's like, an opportunity that, she doesn't ask for a tale, maybe a riddle will be a fun thing to ask for. Going forth, they sit together at the table, and so I would like you. So they start off by, and I would like. I'll just roll it for myself. We're going to roll on the dreaded dating events, or dating complications, however you want to call it.
Oh boy.
So, starting off, Zell wants to, see the beautiful smile of his beloved one, so he tells Gia that he has a good joke. Also, you can see that he's clutching a sending stone for the good joke to be delivered.
Oh boy.
Wasn't part of the plan.
Anyone have anything?
Yep. Ooh.
I got one my child came up with when they were 6.
That might be the best we got.
that might be more appropriate.
What's a hero's favorite drink?
And Zell repeats, so what's a hero's favorite drink? You can see that Gia is already in a really good mood, so she's anxious to know the answer.
Just ice.
Let's see how well does...
It's a thinker.
Let's see how well does Zell relay the information. And Zell stops sweating for a while and with a growly voice says, "Just ice," in a sort of a Batman fashion even. Which makes Gia really, really cheerful, and the whole date starts off well enough. So they go up to order something, some. Let's re-roll that. We already had that one. It's no use telling them their joke. And as it happens, Zell flags down the barkeep to order drinks. What do you do?
Grip the stone and say, remember, order her Starview red. Oh,
This is
no.
the no ale.
And Zell confidently walks up to the barkeep and says, I'll have your finest bottle of Starview Red. In a fancy glass, mind you.
Of course.
Paying up front with a big tip, he impresses Gia and gets her favorite drink. After which, as they drink up and remind how good the beverage is, suddenly, the unspeakable, the worst, there's an awkward silence at the table.
So Natara will hand it to, who's the one that had the stories?
Aid.
I had the stories.
Yeah. So she'll hand the stone to Aid.
Okay, so we're going to tell her a story now. Now, you need to recite this perfectly, and remember, you've got my blessing. Use it if you need it. And now I'm going to go and tell him the story of the day the morning happened to me, and how my whole regiment fell between my eyes, and how the bolt of lightning hit me directly, making me go unconscious, but then waking up in a cave the next day and staying there for like hunting and surviving in the wild.
Once I was struck by light. No, my friend was.
He has my D4 from the guidance as well.
Oh, he has your D4. So this is exactly where he's going to use that. And after a bit of trouble, he feels the guiding influence of your deity and musters up like a man and tells a coherent and really interesting story about his really close friend Aid. So, after a couple of hours, the date is getting, well, closely to the end. Let's see. As Gia tells Zell about her latest transmutation class where she teaches the rope trick, the conversation turns into this thoughtful discussion about extra-dimensional space after Gia asks Zell if he's familiar with any spell that also uses transmutation to create extra-dimensional space.
That would be Aid too, I think.
No, I ain't got an option. Even if you just know the spell, or do you have to have it prepared?
No, you just have to know the spell. This is more of a trivia type question rather than something you as characters should know. You can also roll Arcana to help yourselves with that.
Not my strong suit.
I guess I can roll.
Go for it.
Da-da-da. Okay. Cool. Ooh, okay. Thought my Arcana was better than that, but it's not.
Okay, Cyrus, you unfortunately wouldn't know. Let's see if Zell handles the thing on
Here,
his
I
own.
got one. Boris'
Yes?
breath. You freeze standing water in a 20-foot cube, running water in 10 centimeter, centered on you. The water turns to solid ice.
Oh, no, that's transmutation, but not extra-dimensional space. Luckily, Zell is a nerd, so he does know that an example of a spell like this is for, let's say, Mordecai's Magnificent Mansion, where you could create an extra-dimensional space and the mansion just appearing out of nowhere. And with that, you can see that with all of the charisma checks passed by Zell, the whole thing ends in a really sweet fashion. Zell takes Gia back to the doors of the tavern, and he gets a really passionate kiss on the cheek. After which the two people just say their goodbyes to each other, and you can see that just moments after Gia leaves, Zell confidently starts to, do like an awkward little celebratory dance of his. He doesn't care that other people are watching. He's just happy and fulfilled.
Now that Age is kind of like done hockey over the predicament, he's gonna look over and see where Grauman's gone off to.
Grauman's at the bar drinking heavily.
There you are, my friend. Now that predicament is done, may I join you?
Absolutely. Grauman's gonna order up another round, catching the bartender's eye.
Like he's dancing and stuff. Like we can talk to him later. Like let's just drink for a while.
Sounds good to me.
Another round for you then, and you can see that the barkeep just goes to the kitchen in order to fill up your cups and bring you a fresh new pair. You know that Zell is paying. You don't have to worry about that. Seeing his state, you could probably drink till morning and he wouldn't bother.
He's drunk on love.
And after a while, after you've ordered some more drinks, Zell happily joins you in the counter. Well, I guess I owe you my thanks. I think I have my end of the bargain to keep, as he slips a key over to Aiden Grumman. This is the key to Dalanan's tower, where Flamewind's chambers are located. Remember, you never got it from me, and don't get caught.
He's gonna squint his eyes, and he's obviously like trying to put on a serious mood, but he really just wants to get back to his drink. He goes, right, nodding his head slowly.
A few tips I can give you while you will be entering the library. The hall is accessed via a set of stairs. The master's office are all located inside Laref Hall. We were there. You visited me previously there, but try not to squander around. Our office doors will be protected by an alarm spell. Flamewind keeps her residence on the top of the dome.
Okay, much appreciated. Then I'm gonna look over to see if Natar's there listening so that she can actually take all this down.
I was gonna say, yeah, as soon as Zell makes his way towards the two drinking fools, she definitely can see that they're kind of heavy in their cups and wants to make sure that things are ended, the night is ended, and we get the information that we need.
And how are they feeling, actually? I think that's the thing we need to ask.
Some con saves, maybe?
So Grauman is gonna slap Zell on the back, in friendship. You are a strange little man, but your ale is cold. Drink with us. and he's going to order up another one on Zell's tab.
Let me buy you a drink that you're paying for.
Well, I guess I can't say no to such kindness. Maybe, maybe a blue bet.
Hey, what bet we talking about?
So, have you ever played any drinking game of sorts?
Well, drinking is not a game, my friend. This is a way of life.
Is. So, have you ever heard of Dwarf's Bane?
So Grauman's going to look over at Aid and kind of shake his head and turn back. Definitely haven't.
Okay, so we will. I will order 8 beers for each one of us. And the thing is, the more you chug without falling down, will be crowned the winner. I have classes in the evening, so I'm pretty sure I can get on that.
Natar just kind of looks at them and gestures at them like, go for it, because I ain't doing this.
All right, let's go for this.
So Grauman's going to pause for a second and be like, no tricks though, right? No magic.
The
nothing
only
like that.
magic you'll see is the magical sensation of losing, my friend. I'm in a good mood.
With that, Grauman's going to kind of elbow Aid a little bit, like, can you believe this guy?
Aid?
Larkin's voting on the other guy. On Zell here.
Well, let's make this a bit more interesting. We'll put some money on it.
Ha ha ha.
Okay, how much are you willing to bet?
Say 10 gold each?
I can get on that.
Larkin's putting 5 gold on Zell.
Yeah, Grauman would definitely be in.
So, bartender, I would like you to set up Dwarf's Bane for free. An 8 beer round. And the bartender, as well as other people in the tower, are happily looking as the bartender pretty much opens up a new keg of beer, only to fill up the needed ingredients for your game. He gets you a larger table in order for you to participate, and then Zell and you are as you set up in 3 different parts of the table. You're being brought your mugs, and the competition starts as the bartender goes 1, 2, 3, go. So, first beer, I will need a Constitution saving throw of 5.
Yes, it's Zell, the champion.
Zell is starting off strong. He'll have advantage on the next check, while 8 has already seemed like he's drank already, so he's having some initial difficulties. But other than that, he is fine after that. He just needs a little break. So 1, 2, 3, and another round. The DC is 7.
Oh god.
And it's not AIDS Day.
And after only the second beer, 8 is already out of the competition. All we have is the fierce championship between Zell and Grumman. Third beer, a Constitution save of 10. Grumman and Zell are going strong. Fourth beer, a Constitution saving throw of 12.
Yeah.
Oh no! It seems like the sheer power of love has led Zell to that victory, as only after 4 beer has Zell been triumphant. Let's see. He's having a really competitive spirit. He's going to chuck another one, only to end up on the floor with Grumman after drinking a bit too much.
Doesn't matter. I still won.
Yes, he has still won. Therefore, I think Larkin will receive 10 gold pieces, while Zell will receive the 20 from you. And all of you support each other. The 3 of you are just going out on each other's shoulders, exiting
Singing.
the tavern. And
Singing like love ballads or something as they're kind of stumbling.
I'm using thaumaturgy to make my voice just shout out over the whole tavern.
Okay.
All right, guys, out.
And after the little tavern adventure, the next day you figure that you have to meet up with Flamewind. Therefore, you wait till it gets just a little bit darker in order to not attract unneeded attention. The Laref Hall is off limits for people that are not, working inside of Morgrave University, as well, and the only people that actually can go through need a special permit, and they are, closely monitored. So you have to do it later at night in order not to attract unneeded attention.
Okay.
Does anybody else get nervous when they hear Tulio typing because it's either about to be combat or a scene change? I always get nervous.
A nasty trick, yeah. I was calling it a few days back the clacking of doom.
Yeah, exactly.
I was having fun torturing players last night. It was a real life game. I kept rolling dice, and they're like, "What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing?"
Always ask for the unneeded perception check and just go,
Or, it's not trapped, as far as you know.
So, as you head on to the Laref Hall, the stairs ascend from the library to a large rosewood door. With the key from Zell, the door unlocks easily on quiet hinges.
So, why didn't we make an appointment? Why are we sneaking in instead?
I imagine Larkin would know, but he's, as of now, he doesn't. So he's just gonna shrug as to why.
Is this the door they're getting through, or is the door they just walked through behind them?
No, that's the door to get through.
This one in front of them.
Yes, this one.
So that's the one
right
they just opened.
Yes. Oh no, the one that you just opened was like right here. This is
Oh,
another door,
okay, yeah, that
door
was
to open. But since you have already opened it, there is no one inside per se. The door itself opens into a curved hallway with plush red carpets and rosewood wainscoting on the walls. Doors are evenly. Go ahead.
She's gonna step through the doorway and have a look around and kind of sneak peek and see if she hears anybody.
About sneak peeking, roll a d4.
Oh boy. Okay. Hey. Don't know if it's
what
good or bad,
happens
though.
as you are sneak peeking by, suddenly a professor rushes from his office straight to the corridor, and he's like, I have to get home, but what are you doing here?
He's a humanoid, right?
Yes.
New student here. Sorry, fuck. Fuck, he just looks around, noticing that he's not really succeeding.
Student.
You didn't even try to finish that.
Well done.
You gave up so
Well
quick.
done.
I'm sorry, but I don't think armored individuals should be here so late at night. Shall I call the guards?
I'd really rather you didn't.
Come again?
I'd rather you didn't.
Well then, so what the hell are you doing in here?
We have an appointment.
An appointment. And
Yes.
Natar, could you roll deception?
I don't know. Can I?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh boy, here we go. Let me open our sheet. Oh.
An appointment. At, well, this hour, where no one else is actually in their offices.
Because
I'm
it's a
sorry,
very
but I
sensitive
have to call the
subject.
guards.
Cyrus is gonna step forward and quickly pull out like his little old city investigator thing and move it really quick so the guy can't actually read what town it's from, and be like, "We're actually here to ask someone some questions. We can't really talk about it. It's on the hush hush."
Okay. The DC is still 11. Lark and Nantar just didn't have the luck to do so. Go forth. I'm sorry, but you all seem to be lying. I know my students. I realize when they are lying, when they forgot their homework and so on. I would like to excuse me. You shouldn't be here.
Okay. Just calm down. We're all friends here, and I want to cast Charm Person on him.
Okay, go forth. So that's DC 15 Wisdom. Give me a moment. I'll just get you the and a Wisdom saving throw. And yeah, now you're trying magic in order to belittle me into working with you. I'm calling the guards right now, and you can see that he suddenly his fingers sort of light up, and he seems like he's using the message cantrip to contact someone.
Can I run over and grab his hand?
Okay, roll a dexterity check.
Ooh.
I will contest it by his dexterity. So you grab his arm before he's actually able to cast something. What would you like to do now?
Right, listen to me. We're here about a thing. I don't know, I'm not very well versed in it, but it's something about a Draconic Prophecy, and all these people think it's super serious. I don't know anything about it, but they're making it up as the big deal. People are trying to kill us for it. So would you just give us a break? We're trying to help, I don't know, the freaking universe here?
We're trying to prevent more deaths.
Roll persuasion with advantage. Well, it's above my pay grade. Excuse me, I'm just going home.
So if you just harass someone long enough, they'll give up. It's fine.
Got it. Good to know.
And then I'm just going to turn over to everybody, going to bow down and say, honesty is the best policy.
I
Nice.
agree completely. It's a humanoid, right?
Yes, he was a... Oh.
Sure.
So from here, do we know? He say which direction to go. Master's office located in the hall. Residence. Okay. So don't dilly dally in the hall. What is? Ooh. Oh boy. So he didn't give us much other than don't dilly dally in the hall and that the residence is up on the top of the dome.
Yes.
Which way? Well, was
the,
it?
the dome is in the center of the hall, therefore you'll need to get to the center of the structure in order to get to the staircase that would in which the,
So the door in front of Grumman, I think.
So
Yes.
do we know which door has the alarm on it?
only the doors to the private cabin offices. So these ones over here have alarm spells on them.
Okay.
Check for traps? I don't know. Do we want to do that?
If you would like to, all it takes is just a perception check.
Oh boy. What the heck, man? What
You
is going
don't
on?
see any traps on the doors. They look rather academic more than ruiny, dungeony type of doors.
I think Grumman wants to take
Is
a
it-
look too,
Go for it.
since he was standing right there.
Unfortunately,
Oh,
Grumman
man.
doesn't find anything on the doors as well.
I'm
I
gonna,
suppose Larkin could investigate instead of perceive.
Sorry, come again.
I don't suppose that Larkin could use investigation.
You could use investigation in order to yeah, go for it. Roll investigation.
Fuck's sake, I have a
14
plus 9
doesn't
to
tell
that.
you much as well.
why are you all looking at this door so intricately? Yes, it's
The
pretty,
car's
but
gonna
like,
Well, if
the
you look
car's gonna
here,
try the knob.
this pattern looks kind of like the pattern on my shield.
magic.
Open the door, Aid.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, so Aid enters the door and you find yourself inside of the main hall where large panels of glass form a dome overhead which stretches over 100 feet high and is decorated with stained glass that depicts major moments in Corvair's history. You see a spiral staircase in the center of the hall that ascends to a room at the apex of the dome. Rosewood reading tables and elegant seatings are spaced throughout the hall, while curved bookcases follow the lines of the walls, crowded with books. But the thing doesn't quite stop here, as you see a stern woman sits at a table near the staircase, her nose deep in the book.
Does she look up when the door opens?
And no, she is a bit too far, but if you would like to slip by, I'll need a dexterity check. Maybe you can think of how to lure her out. She's just right here, closest to these doors over here.
And we need to just go up these stairs?
Yes, all you need is to just go up these stairs.
Could I use thaumaturgy to knock books out of the bookshelf?
Absolutely. So you can see that Aid is starting to cast something. This thaumaturgy is it has a verbal component. Therefore, the woman immediately hears you casting the spell.
Everyone in the party just goes, hmm.
So I guess I won't do that.
Impressive show of cantrip knowledge, I guess.
Why?
Well, come on in. There's no need to linger around. If you want to go into the hall, go into the hall. I'm done reading anyway.
Okay,
Larkin
awesome.
will nod and walk in.
Just gonna walk over and pick up the books that I knocked over.
Thank you, young man. Really kind.
I know, just practicing. It's always good to whip up the fingers, you know? Like, never stay too still.
Well, I could agree with that. Well then, seems like you're preparing for some kind of exam. I won't be here for long. Just be sure to close the doors. And after which she just straight up heads out of the hall by these doors and heads out to the exit.
How
The
suspicious
Tar just
of
kind of
us?
looks at the others like dumbfounded, like.
Like,
Really?
this
Larkin's
guy
just
made
here shrug.
How suspicious of us did that lady seem?
Can I insight that?
Yeah.
Go forth.
Let's see.
What
What
the
a kind
actual?
Let's see where we at.
Yeah, that was so nice of her just to kind of. Finally, somebody can roll good.
So, Cyrus,
Oh, plus 10.
you got
Damn.
a slight idea that she wasn't here for reading books, as in she didn't seem like one of the professors. Her attire was different. And now that she walked out, you probably might realize why, as the sound of glass breaking forces everyone to look up, as hooded figures armed with spears and longswords leap through a hole in the curved glass dome and magically float down towards the floor. In their midst
Lovely.
is an armored Rakshasa, a feline warrior with the head of a tiger. A rope slung around her waist calls up to a wooden ship hovering in the air outside. I would like you to roll initiative.
Another resounding.
Hmm.
Larkin was kind of expecting it to not go this easy, apparently.
I don't
Oh,
remember
is this
where to
another
roll.
day? Is this like a day
There it
after
is.
the tavern day?
Yes, you could yes, and you can have a long rest right now.
Okay, yeah, I was just gonna I prepared the spell magic on D&D Beyond before that.
So as the turn starts, they are 20 feet above the ground, since they are actively floating down. And yeah, let us start the combat with Larkin, as the Rakshasa looks at you. This is grand. Karnak said to get information about the machine, but I never dreamt to find someone who'll just bring it to me. I'll get paid extra for this.
Always happy to help, Larkin's going to say as he readies an attack with an arcane smite against this one whenever it floats down, or falls down in this case.
Okay. Cyrus, what would you like to do?
I'm going to cast invisibility on myself.
Okay, go ahead.
Spell ability.
Didn't Natar get a bag of holding from the guy in Salvation?
No, we never actually got one from him.
Ugh, damn it.
Okay.
You are
Here.
invisible and concentrating on the spell. However, bear in mind that being invisible doesn't mean that you are unseen. If you would like to hide, and since you're invisible, you can hide anywhere, you can do it right now.
Okay. Let's see here. Going to get behind. Oh, let's get behind that, and then I'm gonna bonus action hide.
Go ahead. Roll spell.
Man.
you pretty much disappeared out of sight and out of mind, as the enemies have no idea where you're currently located, not even the slightest.
And that'll be my turn.
And the Sky Riders will start floating down in order to start attacking you. All of them have a multi-attack feature where they either use their spears or their longswords in order to attack. This one is going to use his longsword, trying to attack Aid, dealing 7 points of piercing damage as the attack manages to break Aid's defenses. This Skyrider over here will start floating down to where Larkin is currently located, and in order to attack him, he's going to unsheath his longsword and try to attack Larkin with it. With the first attack misses, the second attack also misses as Larkin defends himself from the blow. Sorry, 8, I forgot about one attack, as I hit this one, I forgot about the attack that followed. With the second attack also managing to hit, dealing 10 points of slashing damage. And this Skyrider descends down. It's going to try and attack Natar with its longsword as well, dealing 2 attacks. I wish they didn't all actually roll incredibly high.
Wasn't Lorcan holding an action to attack someone?
Yes,
Yes,
I was holding
you
to
can-
attack
you can
this one
attack
whenever
him,
he
right?
got down.
Go for it.
Larkin's going to hit that with a smite. If it hits, of course.
Unfortunately, the strike was vicious, although it was not accurate, as the Skyrider just tilts in air in order to dodge your strike. After which, it's going to attack Natar twice, with the first attack managing to hit, dealing 7 points of slashing damage. He tries to swing again with his longsword, but luckily Natar dodges out of the way of the second strike. Seeing as there's not enough enemies, this Skyrider is going to descend down here and make an attack against Aid with her longsword,
Excuse me.
dealing 2 attacks. The first one is straight up blocked by Aid, and the second one unfortunately manages to hit, dealing 9 points of slashing damage. With that, you see that Aid is getting really injured. This Skyrider is going to descend down to Natar and try to deal 2 strikes against her in a similar fashion, as the first strike manages to hit, dealing 5 points of slashing damage. The Skyrider swings again, dealing 6 points of slashing damage with the second strike. And this one is going to ascend down to Grumman, already assuming holding his great axe, as he's going to attack Grumman twice, with the first one missing horribly. Let's see what happens. He, instead of hitting you, he just straight up misdirects the blow, hitting himself in the stomach. Therefore, he will be poisoned for a little while. Let's see, here we go, until the end of his next turn. Therefore, the next attack against you is going to be done with disadvantage instead, which is, of course, a miss. Grumman doesn't accept just feeble attacks to be done against him, but by doing so, you caught yourself the attention of the Rakshasa, which is going to descend down straight to Grumman, and the Rakshasa has a multi-attack feature where it makes 3 attacks as she's going to strike 3 times against Grumman with her short sword. The first attack manages to hit, dealing 12 points of slashing damage. The Rakshasa tries to attack again, swinging her sword, missing this, unfortunately, as Grumman manages to defend himself with his great axe, and then tries to slash the last time, which Grumman manages to block as well. Notar, what would you like to do?
So, the guy that we're supposed to be meeting, is he just a researcher? Is he a wizard?
You don't know.
Didn't mean to do that. Sorry about
This is gonna hurt, but it's gonna happen. She is gonna go up and then down, and she wants to run up the stairs. So she's gonna take the 2 attacks of opportunity and just dash up the stairs.
So you do know that the stairs ascend almost 100 feet up. If you were to be caught inside of the, as in if someone were to shove you while flying, and they can fly, it would end in a disaster.
Right. The guy's at the top, though.
Yes, the guy is at the top. Absolutely.
Crap.
Would you like to still follow through with your action?
No. She will step back, though. To kind of she's gonna take that 1 attack of opportunity. To get that advantage across here, so.
With the short stab that was dealt with you while you're trying to get a better position.
Can we get Terra on the map?
Oh yes, absolutely. My bad.
that. Hey,
There you
Tulio,
go.
is something wrong with the dice?
There
I
you
haven't
are.
seen
I
any
didn't
of
target.
the animated dice.
Come again?
Is something wrong with the dice? I haven't seen any of the animated dice.
No, they have been rolling.
I've seen them.
Yep, they're
Yeah,
working,
I've
working
also
for
seen
me.
Refresh.
So
Okay.
I hit this
Alright.
guy in the middle, Tulio. I just forgot
Yes,
to target.
yes, with a vicious blow, dealing 9 points of piercing damage against him.
And then Terra is going to attack as well. Would Terra get advantage? Or no? Because this guy's against 2 of us right now.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, and we can say that she just flew where Larkin is, gaining advantage. She has flyby, right? Yes, so she doesn't provoke opportunity attacks. Go ahead. And manages to hit, dealing 8 points of slashing damage against the Skyrider. You can see that they are not particularly resilient, but their strength is definitely in numbers.
Mm-hmm. And that's turn.
Grumman, what would you like to do?
First, I would like to rage.
Rage.
Screaming at these things in front of me, saying, "You've made me bleed my own blood. Nobody makes me bleed my own blood." And he's going to take just a regular old swing here. With a Great Weapons Master, but no reckless attacks before it.
Go forth. Unfortunately, you could see that the Rakshasa appears to be particularly well armored, as the attack was powerful, although it wasn't precise enough to break through.
All right.
Tulio, I forgot. We're level 5 now.
Of
So
course.
2 attacks.
Go ahead, make one right now.
Thank you. I'm targeting this time at least.
Dealing 5 points of piercing damage to the Skyrider, you can see that he's already badly injured. And Grumman, back to you.
It's going to be his turn. He only gets the single attack, so.
Don't you get
A level
second
5?
attack at level 5? You do.
A barbarian?
No. Hang on.
You're not multi-classed, right? You're just
No,
straight
no,
bar?
no. I thought it
Then
was
you
two.
should-
You
should
should be
give it a
level
5.
5. You get your extra attack, yeah.
Yeah. All right,
Beginning at
sorry.
5th level, you can attack twice.
I'm scrolling back down through my character here. Yep. There he is. So let's do that one more time then.
Go forth with Great Weapon Master as well.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the attack misses yet again.
All right, so 16. Got it. All right, that's going to be his turn.
8, what would you like to do?
So, how tall is this? How tall is this room that we're in at the moment?
100 feet tall with a glass dome at the center.
Okay.
That's partially broken, right? Because they came through it.
But the glass dome itself is not broken yet. Only
Okay.
the parts that are in here called lightning. Okay, so you start concentrating on the spell. As an area, I would assume you just take the entire room.
Yeah.
And yeah, exactly. Give me a moment.
Is it everybody or just creatures you choose?
No, that's the area where the cold lightning gathers. It doesn't
Mhm.
actually do anything right now. It does anything, but it doesn't target everyone per se. Okay, and where do you designate the point?
For my first one, I'm going to be right here.
Okay, so both of them will take. Will make the dexterity saving throw. One of them has passed, taking half of it, so 9 points of lightning damage, and the other one has failed, taking 18 as suddenly lightning strikes through the broken ceiling.
Which one passes?
This one has passed. 15.
Oh yeah, I see it. Okay.
8, are you sure you want to do that? Because the cone of lightning has splash damage.
What does that mean?
Each creature within 5 feet of that point must make a dexterity saving throw.
Yes,
Yeah,
he already
so
designated the
here-
point.
Oh,
and
sorry, I didn't see the ping.
only targeted his enemies instead.
Sorry about that.
Are you going to end your turn right here?
Yeah.
Okay, so as you end your turn, suddenly you see something strange, something I think that the Skyriders, not the Rexasha, actually anticipated, as their ship seems to explode on the top, and suddenly 2 more characters appear just straight up right in front of, while levitating down in order to help you. They somehow, you can see that they look incredibly familiar. Could I ask you to roll initiative for them? Larkin, what would you like to do?
Larkin's going to give a slight nod to them, assuming that they're on his side for now. And he's going to slash at this guy here with advantage.
Go forth.
Alright, that will be a smite that hits, so it's... Oops, that was another. So I throw on the plus. There we go.
And the attack manages to hit as you take your rapier, you pierce through the body of the Skyrider, only for a little explosion to happen in his chest and basically break out pieces of viscera straight on the floor.
Bye.
Larkin's going to turn and stab the other one since he has extra attack now.
Go forth.
Yeah, love level 5.
Nope, not with advantage this time, sorry.
Okay, so
Still
I'll
misses.
just take the first strike, which misses.
Alright. And that will be it for Larkin.
Cyrus, what would you like to do?
Let's see here. Cyrus is going to... No, do not load index. He's
He'll
going
take
to
an attack
travel
of
there.
opportunity from this guy.
He is invisible, therefore does not
Yeah.
provoke.
Oh,
opportunity because-
nice.
I'm sorry. I also meant to go here, but I can't do things right. I'm going to, while running, I'm going to take a short bow shot at this one.
Okay. The attack would hit, dealing 10 points of piercing damage, an additional 6 from the sneak attack. Oh, sorry, you are targeting this one while
Yes.
running.
Sorry.
Okay, so plus. Here we go.
And then I'm going to flurry of blows this one.
Go forth. So you are no longer invisible. So you are not concentrating on anything. Neither you are invisible right now because you made an action. And go ahead. With the first strike, manages to hit, dealing 7 points of bludgeoning damage. The second one, could you describe how do you kill the Skyrider right here?
So just going to jump in the air, first kick the actual animal in the head, so it starts falling down, and as we hit the ground, I'm just going to smash his head into the ground.
Okay. With his splattered head on the ground, this Skyrider is no longer a threat to you.
And that'll be my turn.
But there are more enemies that are still fighting on as these Skyriders will engage with their long swords to battle against your party. As this one is going to try and attack Aid, which manages to defend himself from the first strike, only for the second one to manage to pierce his defenses. I will need a Constitution saving throw.
Okay, I'm also going to be doing Wrath of the Storm.
Okay, so as a reaction, you're doing Wrath of the Storm. The Skyrider fails, meaning that he takes the 2d8 lightning damage directed at him. As he gets basically fried in response to being to dealing a wound to Aid, and I will need a Constitution saving throw from Aid. Which you pass, so you are still concentrating on the cold lightning. But there are more of them. One of them is trying to fight against Larkin, making 2 strikes, one of which is a massive fumble, as after he tried to strike Larkin, he saw this merge between the planes and an angry devil that was trying to get him, only for the blade to be too mundane to actually procure something. Oof, luckily for him. And he's going to strike against Larkin the second time, which is an equal type of disaster, if you could say so. But this Skyrider is going to descend down to Natar and try to hit her. Also fumbling terribly, as he hits himself with the first strike, only for him to take out the blade from where he stabbed himself, and he tries to attack Natar again.
Natar's gonna laugh in his face though when he hits himself.
Well, he then hits you, but I
It's
think
okay,
that the
she's still
laughter
laughing.
makes the damage lower a bit. Onag, what would you like to do?
Onag is going to move across here and try to shank this guy in the back.
You have one more attack. Give me a moment. I will also double the die because they are like after coming back, they are stronger. So you have 3 dagger attacks. The first of which manages to hit, dealing 5 points of piercing damage. You can see that the blows doesn't quite seem to hurt as much. The second strike also manages to hit for 5 points of piercing damage.
Do we
And
know
the
anything
second
about
strike is
Rakshasha?
unfortunately a fluke. Yes, you could roll a religion check of 15 in order to know.
Gotcha. And he's gonna throw in his Fury of the Small, extra 6 damage in the middle of that somewhere.
Okay, so extra 3 damage for the Fury of the Smallest. Onag viciously attacks the Rakshasha. Unfortunately, Natar, not quite. You can see that the Rakshasha seems to be a really skilled warrior, but other than that, you'll have no idea what consequences might the whole endeavor
Attilia?
have. Yes?
Why is it religion, not nature check? Is it just part unique to that character? Or?
Rakshasha is a fiend, and fiends and undead are typically accustomed to religion and to know their things.
I didn't know they were fiends. That's pretty cool.
But Larkin could tell you, apparently.
Rakshasas are incredibly skilled warriors capable of changing their own appearance, as well as detecting thoughts of these that they want to infiltrate. They have magic weaponry that is tied to them, and they have limited magic immunity.
Would it be possible for aides to shout out to Onag during Onag's turn?
Sure, what are you shouting?
I'm saying, get out of the way or be blasted to pieces.
Oh,
Good advice.
so are you going to escape with Onag a bit, or are you staying right here with him? Seeing what Aid has shouted to you.
Yeah, he's gonna use that bonus action to disengage and
Okay.
back up.
Classic Oneg.
Absolutely classic Onag.
Oh,
Is there any chance Aid could shout further?
unfortunately not.
Keep going.
You already shouted what you wanted to. So, the Skyrider is going to engage on Grumman with the first strike, manages to hit, dealing 5 points of slashing damage. He's going to try and attack again, which is also manages to be a hit, dealing 2 points of slashing damage, with both hits being accurate, but okay, they should be made with advantage because of the fact, but they were first rolls, so I'll just stay with them where they are. And as Grumman manages to resist most of the damage from the blows, the Rakshasha is going to chime in, attacking her with her longsword 3 times. The first strike manages to hit, dealing 3 points of slashing damage, and the Rakshasha is going to let's see. I will need you to make a DC 15 strength saving throw. The attack does an extra 3
Are you kidding me?
And the Rakshasha is forcing you to drop your weapon.
Perfect.
As she's going to try and attack again 2 times, the first of which still manages to hit, dealing 5 points of slashing damage, and the third one, let's see, is also a hit, dealing 4. You can see that despite Grumman's endurance, he received quite a lot of blows. Natar, what would you like to do?
She is going to step back over and hit at this guy in front of her. Yeah, just a straight roll. All right.
please?
Go ahead. The first attack manages to hit, dealing 7 points of piercing damage. And the second one unfortunately misses.
These rolls today, man.
They are
Oh,
rough,
man.
I agree.
That's our turn.
Okay. Grumman, what would you like to do?
All right, so Grauman's got to try and reduce the amount of targets around him. Grauman's
So
gonna.
no one has actually taken the great axe from you. You can just pick it up.
It's part of my movement, right? To pick it up.
No,
that how you handle-
it doesn't specify that the item just lands anywhere, so it just dropped.
Okay. So I'm gonna pick up my great axe. So that's an item interaction, right? So that's one of my actions for the round.
Yes.
All right. He's gonna use reckless attacks to do a great weapons axe against the Skyrider.
Okay, go for it. Unfortunately, the attack misses.
Man,
Oh,
my rolls tonight are for shite.
All of our rolls, guys, man.
From my Constitution saves in the bar to now.
Hmm.
That's gonna
Don't
be
worry, you're leveling up soon. All the bad rolls will be forgotten.
if he survives. So with picking up the axe and taking that swing, that's gonna be his turn.
You still have another attack.
We would that's oh, that's right. 'Cause it's not a second.
Picking up is a free object interaction. Attacking
Gotcha.
once.
The free
Your
action.
feature specifies that whenever you take the attack action, you can attack again. This time, managing to hit the Skyrider rather hard, dealing 21 points of slashing damage. Luckily, he was in the center, he'll just be slashed in half.
That is going to be my turn.
Toba, what will you like to do?
Let's see. How far can Toba even run?
She has 25 feet of movement and 2 attacks with her great axe.
I guess Toba will run here. And Toba will take 2 swings at the uninjured Skyrider. So that would be your stuff. So I can... Great. Down.
As Toba starts swinging her great axe, the first attack manages to hit, dealing 8 points of slashing damage against the enemy.
Okay, then she's gonna attack one more time. And apparently did not roll damage that time, so let me now get that.
Dealing 15 points of slashing damage with the first strike.
Nice.
The Skyrider is almost as good as dead.
Oh, did I not roll damage for either of them?
You rolled for 2.
Oh, I was saying, did it not roll? Oh, yeah, there we go. Okay, never mind.
It's alright.
Then that's gonna be it.
It's correct. Aid, what would you like to do?
Okay. So I have a question. Does the call lightning, is it like the spiritual weapon, whereas it doesn't use up like my 1 spell for the turn?
Yeah, when you cast Call Lightning, it lasts for 10 minutes, and each turn you can give me a moment. You can use your action to call down lightning in this way again, targeting the same point or a different one.
Okay. I have a question. Could I use my free object interaction to drag Onag back?
That's unfortunately the grapple action. But if you were to situate your Cold Lightning in this very spot,
Oh no, that would hit Onag.
this very spot, it wouldn't actually hit. You could even situate it right here, where it will take both the Skyrider and the Rakshasa.
Won't it hit Grommen then as well?
No, it wouldn't. It's
Oh,
He's
5 feet.
between squares. Yeah.
Yeah, it's between squares.
Oh, okay. Okay, then I'm gonna do it there. And I'm gonna move.
Roll the
Okay.
spell again without consuming a spell slot.
Oh, yeah. I don't know why it automatically goes to everybody.
Because the spell template is so big.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
So try to just next time you cast the spell, don't set up the template, and it will be all
Okay.
good.
Yeah.
Okay, so let
I'm gonna
me double.
use. Okay.
Limited magic. No, okay, everything is fine. So they both failed.
And then I'm gonna use my bonus action to cast Spiritual Weapon.
Okay, so let me. I was thinking if you are doing with something like this. Okay, so 14 here, 14 here, and you're casting your spiritual weapon.
It's gonna be over here.
Which also manages to hit, dealing 7 points of force damage to one of the Skyriders that, in such a unhonorable fashion, ganged up on Grommen.
Okay, and that's my turn.
Absolutely. Larkin, what would you like to do?
Larkin's going to move here first, provoking an opportunity attack.
Okay. The Skyrider is going to try and slash on you as you walk out. Apparently, missing you while you block with your shield.
And then Larkin's going to continue down to here, taking another opportunity attack.
Got it. Give me a moment. With the second Skyrider missing as well.
All right, and then Larkin is going to attack with a rapier here at advantage with an arcane smite if it hits.
Okay, go for it. So the attack manages to hit, dealing 24 points of piercing damage to the Rakshasa. The Rakshasa, in response, you can see that she summons like a little barrier of sorts. The attack would hit.
Can I cast Dispel Magic?
In your turn, the spell magic is an action.
Oh, I thought it was a reaction.
Counter spell
by
is
the
a
time
reaction.
your turn rolls around,
Okay, I got
the
two
shield will be gone.
Come again?
I got Counter Spell and Dispel Magic mixed up there.
But Larkin?
I was trying to tell Aid that if by the time his turn comes around, the shield will be gone, so don't worry about that. So, Larkin's going to then use his extra attack with advantage and try and hit him again.
Go for it.
Does he still get the smite because it never actually hit?
He doesn't consume the spell slot smite type of thing, and the attack manages to hit, dealing 22 points of piercing damage, going through the shield.
Larkin gives a slight smirk and ends his turn.
Cyrus, what would you like to do?
Cyrus is going to get here, bonus action, hide.
Okay, so you're just throwing the table down, trying to hide behind it in order to gain advantage with your bow. Okay,
Yes.
go ahead. You'll surprise most of the enemies here.
All right, then I will. I will take a shot at Kasha. And is that going to be with advantage or?
Yes, because that's from stealth per se. Go ahead.
Okay.
Unfortunately, the attack would still miss.
Okay. It might have accidentally thrown that damage to that Skyrider as well. Sure.
It doesn't automatically apply. I control it.
Oh, okay.
It gives me a prompt to do the damage, but it doesn't actually automatically apply it.
Okay. And that'll be his turn.
Absolutely. And the remaining Skyriders will engage in fisticuffs, slashing away with their long swords as the battle is actually looking rather grim for them at this very moment. They try to retaliate. You can see that some powerful hits are being dealt, but overall, their situation is not bad, to say at least. With some proper intimidation, you can see that their morale could be shattered. Onag, what would you like to do?
Okay, Onag is going to pivot up here to here. Do his first dagger attack. And he's attacking the one between him and Tar.
With the attack manages to hit, the Skyrider drops down dead with a solid blow with your dagger.
That. He is going to turn and then do another attack. I'm targeting the wrong one here. There we go. The other Skyrider. This one will be
Go
normal.
Yeah, unfortunately, the first strike misses.
And then the final.
The final strike, unfortunately, misses as well.
And he is going to disengage.
You didn't advantage the last two?
No, this was against this one. So
yeah.
No.
Oh, I see.
Yep.
Okay.
So the first one was, yeah.
Gotcha,
you and I were flanking, and then, yep. So that's going to be the end of his turn.
And the Skyrider is going to try and battle against Gromman as he hits his first attack, dealing 5 points of slashing damage. The Skyrider relentlessly again, dealing 4 points of damage. And then after him, the Raksasha tries to finish the job by attacking Gromman with her longsword. The first strike manages to hit, dealing 6 points of slashing damage. So 19, that would be 8 points of slashing damage. And the Raksasha chooses to make Gromman fall. So roll me a strength saving throw.
Because those have gone so well for me tonight.
Remember that you have advantage on strength saving throws.
When you're raging, yeah.
Yeah.
So the Raksasha doesn't do anything else right now, but she still attempts to just desperately try to make you fall down as the last attack starts being swung your way. You could see that Gromman falls unconscious to the ground. Natar, what would you like to do?
So he's prone. Crap, I was gonna shoot him with a healing arrow, but he's prone and I can't.
And just to be clear, he doesn't drop.
That's right, he's got one.
He's going to
half
use his
orc.
half orc,
yes.
Orcish Fury.
Okay.
Unfortunately,
So,
okay.
yeah.
Or
So
the relentless
Roman,
endurance.
by some miracle, is still holding on, which the Rakshasa doesn't seem to quite to understand why this is happening.
And yeah. I think that's
Okay.
he's going to use his Orcish Fury attack. So after he uses the Relentless Endurance, he can use a reaction to make one weapon attack.
Absolutely.
Let me do that. And can you include that with the great weapons on a reaction? Or is it just going to be a regular great axe swing?
I think it's any attack.
You can apply it to any attack.
Gotcha. So let's do that and that.
Unfortunately, the attack misses.
All right. That would be his
Really?
full turn.
Well, you rolled a 9. That's the highest of the night.
Yeah. Moving up in the world.
Cool. Am I good to go?
Yep,
yes,
he's done.
Yes.
I did not roll on purpose. There's a 20 hit Grommen.
Grommen.
Oh yeah.
Yes. All right. Dexterity and wisdom is 7. Healing arrow. So she pulls that last healing arrow when she sees Grommen kind of almost go down and stand back up again, and goes for him. And then she grabs a regular arrow and moves and shoots at the Rakshasa. That Zakia or whatever. I can't say the name.
Sure. Go ahead.
I can't do it. Okay, and that is going to be a straight roll.
So that's 12 back.
Oh no!
And then he hit Grommen again.
Oh, I hope not. It's like I healed him for 12, but I hit him for 11.
Like that Robin Hood scene where she shoots the arrow through the other arrow.
Unfortunately, you just land
fall.
straight where the Rakshasa is. And
Ouch.
pro.
Yeah, great. That's great. Oh, Tara.
And you have your movement. You can get up.
Yeah, true. Normal from Tara. And then, yeah, I'm gonna get up as my movement. I'm not gonna stay prone.
Absolutely.
That would be so bad. You saw nothing.
Grumman.
Oh my. Yeah, let's go for it, right?
Unfortunately, the attack would still miss the Rakshasa.
Good God.
The
These rolls are
second one
killing
that
us, guys.
so.
And just to be clear, too, the shield is now down on that thing, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I just actually have to roll high enough to hit. Yeah, that's his 2 attacks.
But maybe Toba can help in a way.
She's gonna take her first swing. B. Then. Why wouldn't it? And then I'll do one more. Okay. So
Both of them, unfortunately, missing.
gonna use her bonus action to be disappointed in herself, but let's see what can I do. Yep, that's gonna be it for her.
Hey,
At
would
least
you
you're
like
consistent.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't see the Rakshasa at the moment. Larkin's standing over it.
Yeah, sorry about
Alright,
that. Trying to move back here.
I'm going to move my spiritual weapon over to the Rakshasa.
try hit it with that.
Go forth. Rakshasa defends herself against your weapon by dodging out of the way of the upcoming blast of force.
Yeah, I seriously hate this thing.
I'm running over and I'm going to try and jab at him with my arm blade.
Go forth.
Oh, was that me?
And
No, okay.
you manage to find an opening in her defense, dealing 4 points of slashing damage.
That's my turn.
Okay, Larkin, what would you like to do?
This thing with just a normal attack here. Spellbound rapier. With advantage,
Go for it.
though.
As you manage to finally find an opening, stabbing the Rakshasa through her back, dealing 14 points of piercing damage. She is being dragged back to Kyber.
Now, am I able to move and then attack the Skyrider, or no?
Yes, absolutely. Why not?
Alright. 1, 4.
And with 2 blows, you manage to kill both the Rakshasa and one of the Skyriders right here.
And that will be it for Larkin.
Okay. Cyrus, what would you like to do?
Attempt to stealth again.
Roll stealth. You're pretty much invisible to the opposition right now.
All right. Then take a short bow shot at the last Skyrider. Okay.
That unfortunately misses.
And that'll be it.
Tell you what you're doing is impressive in its own right.
Yeah.
That's 5 consecutive misses now. That is beautiful.
Well, with that, the Skyrider is going to try and... Well, actually, he's going to try and disengage and just straight up fly out while he still can. Seeing as most of the things have, most of his allies have already died, there is no reason why he should continue. Ranged characters can do 1 attack against him before he's gone. Go ahead.
Might lightning just go down and strike him as well?
Before your lightning is going to be able to strike him down, he immediately gets an arrow straight in the back of the neck, shot by Natar, as he falls down, bleeding all the way to the bottom.
Oh, I was going to do something cool, guys.
With that, the combat ends for now.
So I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on myself and Grom.
Grommen is going to use his great axe to crush his dice into dust.
I think I'm going to go to Grommen again.
Well, thank you for helping us. Who are you guys, anyways?
Larkin shrugs and says, "Well, I'm Larkin." He extends his hand to shake the small creature's hand.
My name is Onag, and this is Toba. We are survivors. That's to say at least.
Well, in a sense, we are most definitely survivors as well. So, Pleased to meet you.
We've been. I know that might sound a bit creepy, but we've been watching you for a longer while. We've been trying to track Karnak for at least 12 years now.
Wow. That's a long time to be tracking somebody. What have you found out?
She killed most of our allies.
Hmm. Yeah, I'd probably hunt her down for that long, if not longer.
Well, I guess the Rakshasa has left a reward, and she Onak points over to the really big-looking bag on the ground that was seemingly not dragged back to Kyber with the Rakshasa.
Ooh, presents. I'm gonna pick it up.
The Taro look inside, see like what's going on.
So you might be in luck. The Rakshasa seem to be particularly wealthy, spouting 750 gold pieces in her pouch, as well as a potion of with this green-like liquid and some strange-looking dust that seems important.
Well, we appreciate the help, but we've got a semi-appointment to keep.
Well, go ahead then. Let's say we'll be keeping track on your little spy that you hired, and if we can help, we will.
Appreciate it.
Well then, you can go up. We'll handle the bodies. We're great at subterfuge as well.
And Tara's already like heading up the stairs when they're talking. Just like, I've got this thing on my hip. I don't want anything else to come after me. Let me just go up the stairs.
Special weapons. My special weapon is going to transform into a shovel and it's going to just float into Toba's hand.
Oh, thank you. Some tools. Well, we use kind of more magical thing, and he just opens a bag that seems to be like bottomless, and he starts chugging bodies in there while Toba is prestidigitating blood on the floor. Comes in handy. You should get one.
Yeah, where can you get one of those things?
Well, Sharn Market, I guess. You have money to buy it, that's for sure.
Yeah, we're loaded.
So the potion, we don't know what it is, right?
Not yet.
Right.
Could Larkin take a look at that?
Roll a herbalism kit check or an alchemist supplies check.
Would identify work?
Identify is strictly for magical. Yeah, go ahead.
All right. He's going to use 2 charges of his Scholar Sense as his eyes shine a brilliant blue as he looks at the items.
It's a potion of poison and dust of disappearance.
All right. And I, also use one on that desk since he told us what that is. So there we go.
Okay, so you go up the stairs and you see that the apex of the dome is of solid rosewood with steel-panned window showing a magnificent view of Sharn. Entering the chamber, you see a creature with the body of a lion with black-orange striped fur and the neck and a head of a female elf with cream-colored skin and long black hair. Her wings, also black, rest folded on her back. Welcome.
So it's a being, not like a statue or a figure?
No, it's
figurine?
a being. Give me a moment. I'll try to show you the actual art of it. the thing should reload for you, so you might get into the game again. Tell me when you're all ready.
I'm back in.
It's making me relog, so give me a minute.
Yeah. It
Thing for
should
me.
make you relog. It's just it got a really fun add-in to Forge that will allow you to show me the arts of the creatures. Surprisingly, it's just called show out art, so not that hard to find if you are ever to implement it yourself.
Okay, if it helps if I log into the right Foundry account, you know.
Yes, that I think that might help.
Usually, yeah. What in the world? Sorry, guys.
It's all right.
Will it be in the handouts?
Not yet, but I can just wait since you're all logged in. It will be right now. Just take your time. It's all right. I will show you the art later. So,
There.
the
Okay.
flame will start speaking telepathically in your minds with this really echoey, strong type of voice. Together, you've traveled far and faced many hardships. Are you strong enough on your own to find the truth of the Draconic Prophecy? Accept my challenge and I'll tell you. What do you want to do?
Well, I don't know about you guys, but Larkin's willing to accept it.
I'm stronger with my friends and allies, but I'm willing to see if I am.
Cyrus as well.
I'm into it.
Yeah, I'm in as well.
This is how
Yeah.
Flamewind looks like, with some slight changes in colors. She has more black and orange striped fur, rather than the creamy one you're seeing in the picture before you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're going to roll 2d10s. That's Aid and Grommen. Aid, Grommen, step forth.
Grauman's limping a little bit, but
As you limp towards her, you suddenly find yourself refreshed, almost like a new dawn would fall upon you. It seems like Flamewind is healing you in the exact moment you come forth. As you come forth towards her, Flamewind says, "Two of you shall duel until there is a victor." What do you want to do?
Why?
Aid is my friend, my boon companion.
So you
You're
refuse
drinking,
to
buddy.
fight. Okay.
Happens if we do refuse.
You can see that Flamewind is silent. It has to be your decision.
Well, Larkin volunteers to fight.
Larkin was not chosen.
What's that?
It's a thing between Aid and Grommen right now.
Seems like we gotta do this, buddy. I wanna look at Natar, because she's kinda the brains of everything, and see if she's giving us the approval, because we're just big idiots.
Can we know the logic or reason behind making us fight one another? Or them fight one another.
Well, right now, the Flamewind only established that there's a duel until the victor. Can I get a religion check?
Hmm.
Religion or Arcana? Both will work here.
Both are +0, so
about
yeah,
that
we'll
one?
go great. here.
Larkin,
Oh.
you know
why did I
that
roll stealth? That's not what I wanted. Sorry, guys.
you know that sphinxes typically give challenges or riddles that could be perceived in your own way. You know
Mhm.
that the Flamewind is testing something, but is it really about fighting each other? You start wondering.
Hmm. What were the exact words they used?
Duel.
Was it
Two of
duel
you shall
or?
duel until there is a victor.
Okay. Well, I'm presuming that Larkin tells us this, does he?
Larkin's going
Yes,
to
you
say
can
it's open to
communicate
interpretation,
with each other.
and then sets up in between them a
I'm gonna.
game of chess.
No, I got something even better, and I'm gonna lean forward and I'm gonna say, "Staring contest, go!"
Roll a Constitution saving throw, both of you.
What saving throw?
A
Constitution.
Constitution saving throw, both of you.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Oh wow!
There we go.
That worked out real good, guys. Good job.
Grumman, you win in a duel. No one specified it has to be combat. You are considered Flamewind's favored by winning a staring contest, basically. And with that, Flamewind, seemingly pleased about how you went off with the matter, starts to proclaim what she knows about the Draconic Prophecy. The Oracle of War has spoken, neither for the first nor the last time. Its tongue speaks the language of the Draconic Prophecy, the riddle of our world. It's your destiny to unravel the verse it has given you. If I read the signs correctly, the fate of the world rests in your hands. But the prophecy is serpentine. If you try to pin down meaning in one verse, others are likely to shift. I will study what you have given me and call for you when I feel it's time for you to act. Until then, you may live at peace. You have proven your worth.
Will you keep the oracle, or is it up to us to
It's up to
continue
you
keeping it?
to make sure the device is safe. I put
Fair
my
enough.
whole trust in you.
Natar will kind of bow at the waist, eyes to the floor, respectfully, and stand up and nod and say thank you for your time.
I'll make sure to call for you. And as you leave the Larv Hall, the dome, the broken dome, glitters against the night sky. A cool wind ruffles your clothes and sends a chill down your spine with Flamewind's words that echo in your mind. The fate of the world rests in your hands now, and it seems that destiny has chosen you. But why? And we'll be doing 15 to even more, maybe even a longer break because you're leveling up.
Woohoo!
Yay!
Oh wow!
Boy. Oh boy.
You know what that means. All these low rolls are long behind us.
Hey, Julia,
Yes?
are we taking a long rest here?
Yes, you the next chapter will make you travel all the way to Breland. So you will actually
Will we be able to do stuff in Sharn before we leave?
absolutely we can handle like 2 weeks of of the how is it called?
Downtime?
of downtime for you. But that's when you level up, and then we'll be able to get it, including like buying magical items of sorts. Remember that you still have 750 gold pieces extra from the adventure right here, so it's pretty much in it's pretty much in range of buying magical items freely.
Because
One thing I will encourage you not to do so is buying magical weaponry, but not because I don't want you to, it's because you'll be getting one.
There we go. Okay.
forgot last downtime to get I forgot we had leveled up, so I'd forgotten to get the diamond for Revivify, and I was panicking in my head just there because Gromman was getting so low, it was like starting to scare me and stuff. So
it's all right.
yeah.
Yes, in the next mission you'll be receiving a +1 weapon of your choosing. Therefore, I would, you could buy other magical items. It will be more of a hustle to, start selling some.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, I'm changing my dice.
It's
I'm
right.
making them prettier.
Yeah, we're having a break right now, so.
I changed mine because I was
9. That's just weird.
Well, I was saying I changed my dice as well because they were rolling so horribly.
Right.
It's the same thing I would do in real life. Toss them over my shoulder, get a new set.
Do I care? I spent $100 on these gemstone dice. No, they give me bad rolls and they belong in the trash.
Yes, exactly. And I'm just saying, you can see I rolled them from within D&D Beyond to roll my hit points, and I got a 10. So
yeah,
already doing much better.
10 on a hit point dice is sweet.
Yeah.
Speaking of
Nothing
which,
gives you a more distinct feeling of power than rolling high on your hit point value.
I got to keep them high so you can keep beating on me as high as I keep rolling
That's
low.
the plan.
right?
Let's see. I don't know. I'm gonna see if I can't.
Who knows what else you might face and what harsh adversaries you might have to beat. Anyway,
Wow.
I'll be right back. Okay, so I was hearing something about downtime. Who would like to start?
Is the downtime where we are in
Yes, the downtime is primarily in Sharn. However, if you would
Okay.
like to, go back to Salvation, it takes 2 days by lightning rail in order to get there.
Nah, I think we'll hang out here. So there's 5 of us, yes? One,
Yes,
2,
5 of
3,
you
4,
in total.
5. So okay, I don't feel like mathing, so give me a second. So everybody gets 150 gold added to what they already have. So Natar is going to find a bag of holding.
Okay, so you want
He's
to buy
desperate to find one.
bag of holding.
Mhm.
Let me see. So it will take you 1 work week and at least 100 gold pieces in expenses trying to find it.
Oh, okay.
Let's
Wait,
see. So
since we got
Yes?
what's his name?
He was one of the guys that was fighting with us. We got him to give us like a direction on where to find it.
The one in Salvation. However, you need to, go to Salvation in order to get.
No, the one in Sharn that got. Was it Toba that had a bag of holding, and he was like, "You can
Toba
get one."
And Onak had a couple of magical items. Okay, so, you are using Onag in order to get your hands on one.
Yes,
Let's
definitely.
see.
Because Natara's like, "I've been trying to find one. Tell me where you got it."
Okay, so you know that he purchased this on like this really, really shady store, but it has good prices. Let's see. A bag of holding is an uncommon item. Therefore, I would need you to roll a d6.
Okay. Come on, new pretty dice.
The bag of holding that you have found in the shady store will cost you 500 gold pieces to buy.
Well, that was a waste of time. Bye.
Okay. What about
I
your
don't have that much gold, so yeah, she's not really.
Cyrus will cover the rest of that. If you want to split a certain amount with Cyrus, he will pay for some of that.
You can always try another week to see if maybe you find another seller.
Yeah, let's try another week, because that's a bit.
Roll a d6.
Come on. Come on.
For 200 gold pieces. One
Yes.
that seems like he's
Sorry.
incredibly suspicious about the thing. It looks like he just wants desperately to get it off his hands.
Can I investigate the bag before I buy it? Or like
you
look
can
it
see
over?
that
Like why does he want to get rid of it?
The
Is
man
it really bag
man
holding?
starts to be incredibly defensive about the whole thing, and he tells you that either you take it or he's going out.
Oh, I'm gonna get in trouble for this. I'll take it.
Okay, so you take the bag itself for 200 gold pieces. Could you roll a d12? Okay. That's all I would need from you. Thank you.
Oh
Who
no.
would like to go next?
I'll go.
Go ahead.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look to get a diamond.
Okay.
300 gold diamond.
There are lots of, gemsmiths and other individuals around Sharn that can just get you the gem you need. Gems are not of, any they are of particular value, but they could easily be acquired. So you could just add one to your inventory and subtract the cost.
And I'm going to one night while out with Gromman drinking, I'm going to what's the spell that I just got? I'm going to class Glimpse the End on him.
Could you link the spell? It seems a bit new to me. Is it that the vision can seem in the light as little as females. Okay, you want to cast Glimpse the End. So I'm going to tell you the outcome of a spell in a couple of flashbacks, a couple of items that sort of come into your memory while you're trying to do so. So you see dripping green. You're touching Grumman, right?
Yeah.
You see dripping green liquid. The point of a dagger or maybe a bolt, at least a sharp weapon, as well as give me a
That's a
moment.
tough spell for Tulio.
No. I know perfectly what you might die from. It's just
You
Not
see,
a nice sentence.
you see Grumman rolling a natural 1.
no, that's not the case. So apart from like dripping green liquid, tip of a sharp weapon or a bolt, as well as Grumman being killed while asleep. That's
It
all I
was-
can tell.
Like when we both flash back from the vision, I'm going like, I was hoping to see you in a bed with like gray hairs and not an assassination attempt. I was hoping this would be a good thing. Oh God. We better get back to the others and tell them this.
It's okay,
Um,
Aid.
No, I am not letting my friend die. It's not okay. Someone is trying to assassinate you.
Together we'll face whatever comes. But I don't believe that my fate isn't my own.
I'm sleeping with one eye open now.
Of course.
Grumman's gonna laugh and say, "Always, my friend, always," and slap him on the back as we head back to the group.
Okay, so Aid, you are busy buying the diamond as well as predicting Grumman's future. Grumman, what would you like to take care of in the meantime?
So Grumman's gonna continue with his thieves' tools.
Oh, the whole ordeal. Let's see how far you're in. You're pretty far in. You'll be 7 out of 11 right now when it comes to weeks. You start grasping the intricacies of, different tools and how to use them. Your rather forceful demeanor makes it harder than it would normally be, but you get better and better by the week.
Excellent.
So we are left with Larkin and Cyrus.
So, what exactly? Can you tell me what kind of benefits I would gain from researching?
Research, and give me a moment. So downtime activities. Research. Research gives you pieces of lore. So how does it work mechanically? When you would like to, know something, let's say perhaps a clearly coincidental thing. Let's say you will be going on a party with a couple of nobles that you have no idea who they actually are. Pieces of lore might help you read what their aspirations are, maybe what house they are from, or what's important to their house. There's a lot of stuff you could say that lore might be needed. The lore may be a statement about a monster of sorts, that you'll know resistances. It's pretty versatile, and it's not like I'm going to say no, this doesn't apply, and just get your research will render your research basically useless. So if you would like to do that, go ahead. It's not like religious service where you get where you get discounts on cleric spells or actual favors from your god. It's more of a, I want to know more about this, DM. And DM tells you more about this.
All right, then. In that case, Larkin will be there ferociously devouring every bit of knowledge he can from the books.
Okay.
And that will cost him gold, right?
50 gold pieces on materials, bribes, gifts, and other expenses.
175. And Larkin seems to get through twice the amount of information he should. He has eyes of the Oracle.
Reading takes you half as much time. So it will take you half as much time, meaning that you can like research twice, but it won't actually you will have to pay the cost each time.
That's fine with me.
Okay, so the first week you're trying twice. Go ahead.
All right.
23, so 3 pieces of lore, and 17 will give you 2, so a total of 5 pieces of lore you are able to research and get to know better.
All right. So I'll just mark that down on my sheet here.
Yes, make sure to mark it down. You don't have to use it all at once. It can be, splashed against some episodes, especially because of the fact that in some points of the campaign it might get so complicated, so full of action, you might not be able to research in a longer time. So make sure to distribute them however you want.
All right, and that's 100 gold for the first week, right? Because I'm doing it twice.
So that's 100 gold, yes, because you're doing it twice, and you still have a week.
And then could Larkin look for some work as a translator since he can read all languages?
Absolutely. Roll. What is it actually you'll be rolling? What skill?
Possibly form it, maybe to interpret it well.
Arcana Well, Arcana will be the thing of use. Go ahead. Roll Arcana.
Perfect. I'm a terrible in the translator.
Roll a d6.
All right.
Okay.
Larkin has tipped off 5 assassins.
You will see what is about to come.
Oh boy. What have you done?
Hey, what have you done?
Nevertheless, after 2
I don't
weeks of work, you received an urgent summons to the offices of Flamewind, the Sphinx resident at Morgrave University. You arrive in the late hours of the morning. Upon arrival, a Chamberlain greets you near the entrance and hurriedly guides you to see Flamewind. The Sphinx, as you come over to Flamewind's chambers, the Sphinx looks over you and gives you a smile. My favorite adventurers, I'm afraid destiny calls upon you. I require your assistance.
What would you have of us?
Repeats the prophecy again. When dark lanterns flicker in the light of the silver torch, the king in green rides north on a bolt of steel. 2 nations prepare for war as all eyes turn to sky blue. Flamewind realizes a couple of things. The Tranish intelligence service, the Silver Torch, seems to be ready to strike against its Brellish counterpart, the King's Dark Lanterns. She says that the King in Green could refer to Cor Irvinarn, King Boranel's younger brother. In the old kingdom of Galifar, those in line to the throne wear green sashes while in court. And the bolt of steel is most likely a lightning rail, if the prophecy were to come true and war with Thrain will loom, the king's brother will ride the lightning rail north to Sword Keep to reinforce Brun's border. Now, Flamint also tells you something else. She has unearthed another verse of the Draconic Prophecy from her library, which states that the dog of war dances on water by the light of the silver torch. And she believes that the two verses are connected. Flamint suspects that a Tranish spy from the silver torch is going to infiltrate a royal court. Tomorrow night, there is an annual armistice ball to be held on a river galleon called the Montoulet. It's currently docked on the Rhodes Holding River. Flamint expects that the spy is likely to show up there to carry out their mission.
Natara will kind of
Are there any questions?
Natara's gonna kind of just get a look at her group and get a general idea on like facial expressions and how everybody's feeling about it.
Aid is just he's shocked with all the words, and it's taking so long for it to process because he feels like there's so much pressure on him now, and he's scared of messing up.
I'm incredibly sorry. Before we actually continue, Cyrus, you wanted to spend... I forgot about your downtime. I'm incredibly sorry. You wanted to spend training the longbow for 1 week, which is 4, and then gambling 100 gold. Let me pull up gambling. Okay, so you're in the table.
Would I be able to go with him?
Yeah, sure. If you want to gamble with him, absolutely. You didn't actually do much. So let's start with Cyrus. Cyrus, I will need 3 checks in order to gamble. You're sitting at the table. You are trying to read your opponent's hand. Roll insight.
That would be so that'd be and well, ignore the third.
25. You accurately read your opponent's hand, but it seems like they have a stronger hand than you did. Could you roll deception? You successfully bluffed, so the opponent has conceded his hand, but despite of the fact that you win this round, there's another one coming. You know that you have a weak hand yet again, and you're trying to bluff in to intimidate your opponent into just straight up conceding the game. Roll intimidation. Oh! Unfortunately, they call you out. Because of the fact that they were basically 2 successes, but a natural 1, I will do it in your favor. You can roll a d20. If it's odds, you stay on 2 successes, gaining the amount you bet plus half again more. If you roll evens, you lose half the money you bet. Okay, so you end up with 150 gold pieces back, effectively earning 50.
Nice.
So, 8, you like to have a match as well?
I'm going to put down only 20 gold.
20 gold. So, first of all, you're sitting out, you have a good hand, you want to play aggressive, roll intimidation.
So I have a question. I have proficiency in playing card set, does that do anything?
No, it doesn't actually do much. You just know how to play playing cards.
Okay. And can I cast guidance on myself, or is that too late?
Unfortunately, that would be illegal.
Okay.
So you tried to go in, but the opponent had an even stronger hand with you. Your aggressive play is foiled. So you take the next round rather reserved. Can I get an insight check in order to, if you're able to discern what the enemies are about to do? Fortunately, you pass. You realize that the opponent has a stronger hand than you. You wait for another round where his hand is rather weaker, and you beat him there. Now, it's the final round. You are ready to win, although your hand is basically shit. Roll deception. You're trying to bluff your way out of it, maybe earn a surprise win while you're at it. Not quite. You had
None of us can lie.
You had one success. I would like you to roll evens, or so. If you roll evens, that stays on one success. If you roll odds, that's 0 successes. Okay. Odds was the fact you're going back. Therefore, you lose all the money you bet, and you accrue a debt equal to that amount.
Okay, well, I'm just going to pay that up front then.
Going back to Flamewind, you could see that Aid and Cyrus are late after a long night of gambling.
Which means Aid is even more pressured.
So, just a quick thing. When we're walking back,
Yes.
Cyrus will tell Aid if that they can come up with a little code for him to be able to help with his insight checks, and he can use his sleight of hand potentially to let him know whether the opponent has a good or a bad hand.
Absolutely. You're able to, work together next.
Snap.
You work out secret codes, handshakes, and blinks and winks that you'll be able to use next time.
Natar's not there to yell at them for it.
So, going back, are there any questions to Flamewind?
What was the second part of the prophecy, the second verse again?
The dog of war dances on water by the light of the silver torch.
Okay.
So Grauman's gonna look at Aid and be like, "Are we gonna get to ride in a train? I love riding on trains."
Well, yes, I suggest taking the overnight lightning rail. You should arrive at 10 o'clock in the morning.
Should we be expected to dress formal? And will we be permitted to bring any weapons with us?
Well, once aboard, you actually have to use your wits and guile to first of all get in, second of all to successfully identify the spy and stop him.
Sounds easy enough.
Can I ask a non-mission related question? She'll ask
Absolutely, go
Flamewind.
for it.
She pulls out the bag of holding that she hasn't used yet because the guy made her uncomfortable. Is this a bag of holding? Or is there something wrong with it? Because I bought it, but the guy seemed kind of suspicious, and now I'm scared to put anything inside it.
Okay, so Flamewind looks at the bag and points over to a little symbol at the bottom of it. There was an ancient cult back in the days that operate in Sharn. I haven't seen the symbols in years. You might get in more trouble than you would initially expect. But yes, the bag of holding is operational. The question is, why would someone sell you this?
Oh boy, oh boy.
So
can
we're
I
trading off the people
cover it?
hunting the Oracle of War for a cult that's going for a bag.
Shut up.
Oh, fairness, they gave us a great price.
It really was a really good price. But can I cover the symbol, or is it magical in nature?
The symbol is the equivalent of a scrying eye.
Oh,
Could I during? No, I don't have it prepared. But I could dispel
So-
magic it someday.
Is there any kind of historical organization that might want this donated or sold to?
Well, you know that you can defend yourselves. Would you rather get someone in danger?
Well, no, but you said it's an ancient cult. Are they still around?
Well, none that I know of, but things tend to happen.
Yeah, especially to us. Oh. She'll look to the group, guys. What should I do? Should we destroy it? Should I keep it?
I think it's cool. Like, if they want it, there's obviously something cool about it. Like, you don't just hunt something, like, without it being cool. Obviously. It's just simple facts. Just keep it. It's cool. Obviously. Like, look at it. It's cool. Look at it. You can put stuff in it, and it just disappears. And you can put your hand in it, and it comes back. How cool is that? Keep it.
Yeah, Larson pipes up that all the harm has already been done.
What ancient cult is it? Can you tell me that much?
Well, in the realms far beyond, there were some disciples of a long-forgotten god of darkness. I believe Shar was what was she called.
Okay. Well, now, one more question, and then we'll be on our way. Or one more question from me. I can't speak for everyone else. If I put the Oracle of War inside the bag of holding, can it be tracked with Find Object?
No. The scrying eye is like away from where you currently are. So, as in, it cannot be tracked by anything.
And putting a magical item inside makes sure that someone can't like detect magic or locate object if it's in the bag of
Unless
holding.
there is
Correct?
a second magical item that would scry that's already inside, like a letter written out by the BBG to track you down, then no.
She like looks inside the bag like, is there anything in here? Oh. How do you empty a bag of holding?
Turn it upside down.
Yes.
Would you mind? She looks to Flamewind. She's not just gonna dump a bag of holding in their office without permission.
No, go ahead. It's fine. I have no.
She
use for
takes it
right
and
now.
she flips it upside down and like shakes it out.
Okay, so inside you find a disc that seems strange. It's like a purple and black disc, which which she recognizes as a symbol of Shar.
Okay. And that's all that's in there?
Yes, right now at least.
Okay.
So what? We
How
just
big
leave
is the
this here
disc?
and they can't track us.
Oh, I wouldn't leave it here. I'm gonna leave it in a river or something. But how big is the disc?
But what? But like, they obviously want this for a reason. Like, they could be using this for like some ritual or something. That's what I'm thinking.
Can we destroy it?
It's just a symbol, similar to how clerics have their own symbols. Here you
Right.
go.
I'm just worried, like you
here's
said, I'm
how it
worried
looks
someone
like.
can track that.
If you're worried that she can do that, then yes, absolutely, you're able to track that.
She'll try and destroy the symbol then.
Don't just smash things in her office. Just chuck it in a river or something like you said.
Well, it just said it might have some ritual significance, and this is an ancient cult to a dark goddess or god of
Up in the
darkness
sewer,
or
then.
whatever. All right. She throws it to him. You hold it.
Larkin
And
shrugs and puts it
she
in his
takes
pocket.
the Oracle of War and puts it in the bag of holding.
Okay, so the Oracle of War should be safe, at least for now. But I'm guessing you'll be also interested about their reward. Saving the world comes at a price, and I'm ready to take the responsibility of paying. If you identify the spy and, well, prevent the upcoming war, I will not only reward you with gold, but also a magical weapon to aid your travels. But remember, the Draconic Prophecy is notorious for confounding expectations. Nothing is ever quite as it seems.
Mm-hmm. No. Are we to... My mind's drawing a blank. Just kind of stop and hit this person? Or is it an any means necessary sort of deal?
Unfortunately, I wouldn't be able to tell you. Think fast, investigate, and be smart.
She kind of side-eyes the group.
It's not my strong suit.
Larkin will shrug.
And this is what I did for a living for like 100 years, so...
So, Natar will bow again and kind of take a step back, saying that she's got no more questions, meaning it this time, and just waits for the rest.
Dante's gonna hop off the floor and mock Natar's bow as well.
You're gonna mock it?
God dang Dante.
Yeah, nobody else is bowing.
He's the
I'm about to
sassiest
kick you in
squirrel.
the butt and knock you over. Oh, was that out loud? I'm sorry.
Something tells me that you are not, in fact, sorry, but I'll keep it to myself.
Thank
Anywho,
you.
so, following Flamewind's instructions, you book the earliest tickets to Rot, and you hop on board. The overnight train to Rot sweeps out of Sharn and into the Brellish countryside. moving through the train to your compartment, you enter a busy dining carriage with a gaggle of nobles and patricians that relax under the light of ever-blighted lanterns, swapping stories and sipping wine. A young man dressed in these... Sorry, give me a moment. A young man dressed in this white and gold finery leans against the bar. Well, the annual Armistice Ball is sure to be a delight this year. A veritable who's who of Breland's finest. Who here is going?
Tulio, could we have said that, like, on their way out of the city, if we passed by any kind of clothing shop, that she got just a nice dress
You
to
have
show
time
up at
to
the place
do it
in?
in Rot.
Perfect.
You don't
Okay,
actually
yeah,
have
that's
to do
all I
it in
needed.
here. It's just it's significant for you to get on the fastest train possible, so you'll have
Cool.
more time in order to prepare on to board the Montoulet.
Okay. So Natar will pay attention to the conversation and see who speaks up.
Well, he directed this question mainly to you.
Or to our group.
Yes, to your group. He seems really confident in strangers.
Well, I'm quite intent on attending.
Come again?
I'm quite intent on attending.
Well then, have you been on the annual ball before? I haven't quite seen you there.
No, I'm afraid this will be my first time there.
Well then, it must be exciting for you.
Very. Looking forward to it immensely.
Which noble family do you belong to?
I'm going to use one of my lore to figure out a good noble family to come up with.
Okay, give me a moment. I will see for myself, which might be a good one. So you have advantage on deception check as you tell your newfound talking companion that you're from the Ear Kinley house.
All right.
And you can roll
Okay, how
deception
about this?
advantage.
Well,
Ear Kinley isn't one of their ancestors a dwarf? You don't seem really dwarvish.
we'd rather not talk about that bit, but love happens where love must.
Oh, is that the
That
case?
is true. I mean, it is what it is. I myself plan on attending.
Well then. And what house are you from?
House Thrashk.
Come again?
House Thrashk.
And could you roll deception?
Oh, would it be deception?
Oh, sorry, that's from
Mhm.
you choose Outlander in the fact. I don't
Yeah.
realize that might be actually
Yeah,
the case.
she's excommunicated sort of from the family, but she is of House Thrashk.
Okay, so he will. While
She'll kind
you-
of stand up taller as she remembered having to do growing up. Just kind of in that kind of noble stature, and kind of fold her hands in front of her with like a raised eyebrow, like, try me. Like, are you gonna argue?
He certainly isn't going to, mind you.
Mm-hmm.
Well then, all nobles are to be invited. Do you have the scroll of pedigree?
That's required to bring with me?
Yes, that's required to enter, after all.
Oh, goodness.
The thing is, I actually have a
Probably in
scroll
my
of pedigree
bag
for my class.
somewhere.
I just never
And
bothered to add it to my character sheet until now.
Oh, I don't think she would have anything. Spacklander. As a mark of finding orc, would she have anything? One moment,
These
please.
are basically sent into the houses that apply, so it's not like you can just get it, per se.
Right. I mean, she was born into the house, so it's like, is that something she would have had with
Well, that
her?
leaves a pretty big plot hole in my class's items. Oh well. I'll just go ahead and remove that since it wouldn't really reply.
She would kind of reach in her backpack that is just tossed full of things like clothing and books, and it's in here somewhere. But I don't exactly need to prove myself to you, after all, stranger.
Well, these are some harsh words you're speaking. I am no stranger.
Oh, you know me then?
Not quite. Who do I owe
Then
the
you
pleasure?
are a stranger to me.
I guess so.
She's smiling, like she's not being rude or uptight. Like she's just kind of giving a smart ass smile. Like she's like, I mean, mincing words kind of deal. So you know I am of House Thrashk. What of you?
Now that I know, I'm from House Grassen.
What was that, Tulio?
Grassen. House Grassen.
She'll kind of put her, and inside she is like burning at having to do all this noble stuff. It's been years. But she kind of puts her hand out. It's like, pleasure.
Well then, make sure to present the document by the security. And, you know, spellcasting is strictly forbidden on board. I'm sure you know that. Narcy of Xandra is going to be there.
Of course. We will, and she kind of looks at the others with like a stern eye, but they can see there's like laughter in her face. She looks at the others and she's like, we will be on our best behavior. She says it in a questioning tone.
Yeah.
Grommen immediately pouts.
Aww. I'm sure there will be ale.
He's already looking around the bar cart, trying to figure out what he and Aid can get in trouble in here.
Well, those are some interesting choices of yours, mind you.
Just a quick and kind of out of game, but are there NPCs in this car that we're supposed to see, or is it just theater of the mind?
No, as in these is just the theater of the mind. It doesn't actually do much right now.
No, I was only seeing us. I didn't know if there was another token for the character talking with Natar or not.
No, there's none right now. Okay, so With that conversation over, you're able to pass the dining room to get to your rooms, unless you want to do anything else.
I'm good.
Hey, Tulio?
Yes?
Just from my own notes here, it was House Irkin, right? That I was part of? Well, claiming to be part of?
Sorry, come again?
Trying to remember how you pronounce the name of the house that I was pretending to be a part of.
The house they are supposed to be a part of, which is one of the houses that one of the more noble guests is going to go through, Leroy and Kinley. Here you go. This is the one of the name of the guest that is going to be there.
All right. Okay.
Cool. Was that Larkin's house?
Yeah, that was the house I was claiming to be a part of.
I'm really bad. It takes me a while to recognize voices, so that's why I'm like, just confirm that with me. Cool. Sounds like a plan.
Okay, so you are free to go to the sleeping chambers over here. Everyone, try to get your own room.
Mm-hmm. Ow. So just pick a room, basically?
Yes, just pick a room.
Eeny, meeny, miny, moe. Ta-dum.
I make a perception check to see if this place is anything like the vision I had with Gromman.
Sure, roll insight.
Oh.
Insight, okay.
Okay, perception since you already
Uh-huh.
rolled. Okay, either you wouldn't know, you wouldn't recognize it right now.
We were heavily drinking that night.
Yes,
No,
you were
that
heavily
never happens.
drinking that night, so you wouldn't be able to tell. And all of you go to sleep in order to wake up refreshed before the night. While that happens, it seems like you have attracted attentions as to the room of Gromman. You see two individuals are trying to sneak in.
To the room of Gromman.
Who
Yes,
notices this?
the room. Well, you are currently sleeping in your room, so unless there's something... So they will roll their stealth checks with advantage because you are asleep, and if they beat your
Cyrus,
passive...
I don't think, would actually be properly asleep since he has trance.
What's that?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so since Cyrus is not sleeping but is in trance, they will just roll stealth normally. Let's see. So 2 stealth checks. One of which of 26, the other of 13. So you spot one assassin already has managed to go into Gromman's room while the other tripped on something, alerting Cyrus. I would like you to roll initiative. And one of the assassins, the one closer, will have a surprise round. And Aid, you now realize that your vision might be coming off.
So passive perception for Natar is 24.
Yes, but you are sleeping.
Okay.
Cyrus was trancing, therefore I would be able to take that.
I was
but-
thinking of Tara because bird.
Tara
But
has a
yeah,
perception
hers.
of 12.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh shucks. Sorry, Grommen. Good luck, dude.
Well, I'm just gonna say when
You
Cyrus
got this.
when Cyrus heard that and sees Peel barging into his room, Cyrus probably would be yelling like it.
Well, yes, that's how you alert the rest of the party. But
Okay.
and Notar, I would like you to roll initiative, and we'll be off. You can see
so I
that
do roll
the
initiative,
assassins are looking for something, so presumably maybe Natar, shows them that she has the Oracle of War. Maybe they will be able to strike a deal if Grommen is in danger. So Larkin regains his reaction, Cyrus regains his reaction, and this assassin regains his reaction, as well as Grommen, as the assassin raises his short sword, which seems to be absolutely drenched in poison. And since he has the assassinate passive as well as the sneak attack, this strike is going to hurt. Let's see if it connects.
Oh Jesus.
So the strike manages to hit. It will be a crit. Therefore, the damage is increased to 10 plus, so 48. Grommen succeeded on the saving throw, therefore he will take 24 plus 10, so 34, and an additional 8d6 from the sneak attack damage, which will be 30. So 34 plus 30, 64 points of poison of damage overall. With one attack, Grommen has received a vicious blow, but since he is so hard to kill, he remains as such, as the assassin basically screams in his face, "Give us the Oracle of War or die." Larkin, what
What are
would you
these?
like to do?
Larkin's going to open the door. Step out. See this guy here? And I think he tried to intimidate them into attacking him. Can he do that?
Yes, absolutely. You could try at least.
Yeah,
Right, that
these
will
guys are
take an
humanoids? Okay.
Are you
Are
okay?
these guys humans? Sorry, humanoids?
They are humanoids, yes. One is an elf, while the other one seems to be a tiefling. Intimidation of 16. Okay. I'll roll just a wisdom save at the start of their turns to see if it goes through. Do you do anything else?
As a bonus action, I'm going to recall my shield and my sword to my hand.
Cyrus, what would you like to do?
I'm going to move up. Oh, I can't.
You can't actually move through an enemy space, so he's stopping you from doing so.
Is the train car tall enough for me to potentially acrobatics over them?
No, it's not. You can roll contested acrobatics if you try to move through an enemy. That's like a variant of sorts. Okay, roll acrobatics. You're trying to move through the assassin while jumping across him. Go ahead. Unfortunately, he just stops you in your tracks. You're unable to pass.
So I guess at that point I will swing at him with my sword.
That would be a
If you
disadvantage
stay
because of
in
squeezing.
that space, that will follow squeezing rules. Therefore, you'll
Oh, okay.
have advantage.
I'm sorry, can you say it one more time?
If you were to stay in that space, you'll have disadvantage. But if you move out, the enemy will make an opportunity attack against you.
I'll go ahead and just have to do my at disadvantage.
Okay, go ahead.
You might want to move though afterwards because these guys have really rock when they have advantage,
Ooh.
and
And
they would have
attacking
advantage on
in the
attacking
same
us.
space in a crowded corridor tends to end in a disaster. Luckily, Flamewind hasn't actually given you the toys yet. It could have ended incredibly bad for you.
13, please. Okay, so I didn't just summon a little demon, or I.
No, you did not. Because
Okay.
your weapon is not magical yet.
Okay.
Or though you should move because they have great
yeah.
opponents with advantage.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna back off and just take the attack of opportunity.
That will be an attack, which fortunately for you misses.
And then I'm gonna hide halfway in this room.
You okay?
Oh man, fuck these rolls.
Unfortunately, 11 wouldn't be enough to, gain the upper edge right now.
All right, that's gonna be my turn.
And the assassin... Sorry?
Also as my item, I'm gonna show my short sword.
Okay. So the assassin will first make a wisdom saving throw to see if he fell subject to Larkin's intimidation attempts, and he does. Therefore, he will use his multi-attack feature in order to try and attack Larkin twice. The first attack manages to connect. Roll a Constitution saving throw.
And Larkin conjures a barrier around himself with a shield.
Absolutely.
Let me cast that real quick here.
How did they find us?
So 21 would miss. So the assassin tries to attack again. Also missing this time. Grumman, what would you like to do? You seem to be in a tight spot right now.
Well, first and foremost, I'm gonna get real angry. And I'm screaming my full head off. Aid! Larkin! Cyrus! Natar!
Ow!
Yeah. Achi, 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 achi. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna rage. And I am not in a good spot.
What do you mean? His sword is stuck in your stomach.
Yeah,
You have him right where you want him.
You've got their sword now.
Oh,
You're absorbing
God.
power from the poison.
Yeah.
You are the poison.
So I think I want to try to use one of my attack actions to shove this dude back out the door.
Okay. So a contested strength check. Let's see.
Ability check, correctly?
Yes.
Yeah.
An ability check. So you shove him out of the door.
Then I'm going to close the door and push the desk up against it. Can I try and, so if the other one was focusing on something else, can I try to close this door?
Closing the door is a free object interaction, so yes, you can close the door, effectively saving yourself from what might be an upcoming end.
Well, before I do that, so I used one action to shove him. I'm going to take one step forward, and I am going to take a swing on this guy through the door before I would try to close anything. Let's go all in. Relentless attacks and great weapons master.
Okay, and you immediately take your great axe and slash full force at the assassin, but they are battle-hardened veterans. You see that despite your incredibly harsh blow, he doesn't seem like falling off in an instant.
Gotcha. I'm going to try to use my strength then to hold this door shut.
Okay, so if someone would like to force the door, they will make a contest against you.
That's going to be my turn. And again, I'm screaming my full head off this whole time. Everybody, save me!
Help me.
So,
The genie was right.
seeing as such thing transpires, the assassin's going to open another door that he spied, knowing where 8 is. And
Wouldn't he be making that wisdom save?
come again? Sorry, I couldn't
Wisdom
quite
save
hear
against
you.
my intimidation?
You didn't taunt this one. You taunted this one.
Sorry, I was attempting to taunt both. I guess I wasn't clear.
No,
Sorry about
as in, you can attempt to taunt. You can't just attempt to taunt everyone. That would be just too good to
Alright.
to go. It's not possible to just go forth and do that. And the assassin is going to try and attack 8 twice, swinging with his short sword, drenched in poison. The attack manages to hit. Roll a Constitution saving throw. Plus additional 4d6 sneak attack damage.
Oh my.
Yay.
Okay.
Well, I'm already resistant to poison.
You are resistant to poison. Yes, you do have damage resistance, poison resistance. Okay, so 25 poison damage, 4 piercing, and 10 sneak attack will account to a total of 39 points of damage.
And I'm going to Wrath of the Storm, Destructive Wrath him.
Okay, so full damage, 16, as he's going to make a dexterity saving throw. He does make one, and because of evasion, he takes no damage, dodging all of your lightning strike. As he's going to swing his short sword again, trying to attack you, the second attack manages to hit. 8 is unconscious, and what's most important, out of your sight. 8, roll a death saving throw.
Oh, God.
Are
shit.
2
no.
failures. You could see that 8 is an incredibly tight spot. It might be even the time to consider making a deal with them instead. Notar, what would you like to do?
What do you want?
They already said
We
the Oracle
want
of
the
War.
Oracle of War, and we
For
won't
who?
give it. Well, it's none of your business, isn't it? Besides, you're in no point to make rules for us to follow. We are in control right now.
Ramen, what do you think? Asking him because he was targeted first.
And the thing is, we don't know 8 is injured like that, so I can't use that to...
Right.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, so Grauman's raging. He's not going to be thinking like, well, let's talk it out and...
Well, Natar doesn't know that, so
Yeah, no.
you know, she's
I
at
get
the
it.
end of the
See,
hall.
like you're gonna ask him that, and all you're gonna hear is like a bear-like growl of pain and anger reverberating through that door.
Okay. So Tara is gonna come over here, Tulio,
Yeah.
and drop down, and give Natar the help action for
Absolutely.
this front guy. I'm hitting the wrong button, that's why. Okay, guys. Now, is it advantage or does Tara roll? I always forget.
It's advantage on one ability check or attack roll.
So one attack at advantage and one attack regular.
Yes.
Because I have multi-attack. Okay. All right.
Okay, so the first attack manages to hit, dealing 12 points of piercing damage.
No, it's not going to do it.
And the second strike, unfortunately, misses.
All right, Tara's going to fly back to me. She's got enough movement. Because that's 30 there and then 30 back.
Absolutely.
I mean, Natara is going to ask for what everybody thinks. She's not just going to make the decision for the group. So everybody would have heard her ask Gromman. She doesn't know he's raging. So I'm basically saying that to let the rest of the party members, like, do what you will with that information.
We see them open Aid's door, then stab into the room, and then Aid do nothing.
Bloody gurgling. You don't see your spiritual weapon being used. You have seen some sparkle of thunder which get quickly quenched.
We
Larkin.
What kind of check, if any, would be to get past both these guys and get to Aid?
A contested acrobatics twice.
All right, bring it on.
Okay, so the first one. Eight and 24, and the second one.
Come on, Larkin.
Larkin manages to get past both of them into Aid's room.
And can I then try a medicine check on him?
Sure, roll a medicine check. But
I'm
that's your
on
action.
13 or better. Oh, yes.
Hey, that's better.
Aid is stable.
Oh.
And as my object interaction, I gotta close the door.
Okay. Cyrus, what would you like to do?
Here. And I'm gonna run up. I'm gonna use my bonus action to do insightful fighting against this first one.
Okay, go ahead.
That is insight. So I need to be a 29 on deception.
Okay. Let me check. I don't think they'll manage, maybe with a natural 20, so no, they do not.
Okay. And then I'm going to pull out my short sword and I'm going to take a swing at this guy directly ahead of me.
With the first attack, manages to hit, dealing 10 points of piercing damage plus 4 additional sneak attack damage.
And that'll be my turn.
And the assassin's going to retaliate back at Cyrus, seeing as he knows that Grumman is holding the door. He's going to try and attack Cyrus twice. The first attack, luckily for Cyrus, misses, so the assassin tries to attack the second time.
That is so many
Thankfully
dice.
for Cyrus, missing as well. Grumman, what would you like to do?
Gonna pop that door open.
The orc Jack in the Box.
Oh yeah, he's not happy. Relentless attack with a great weapon.
Okay. And with that, you manage to surprisingly open the door and split the assassin in half.
I pull his dagger out of my chest and drop it on his corpse. that's going to be a bad spot. Was Alt? I always go T for target. Let's go. Let's go same thing again here. If I drop, I drop, but I want to do some damage first. So that's going to be my second, also with Relentless and Great Weapon.
Absolutely. Go for it.
Nope, that was it right there. That was my second attack.
Oh, that was your second attack. So
the
attack
25 was the
hit,
second.
dealing 25 points of damage, but now you have an angry assassin looking you straight in the eye.
Oh, yeah.
Now, if I stood on Aid's body, would that follow the squeezing rules, or no, since he's unconscious?
You are not on Aid's body, you're near him.
I'm saying if I stood on Aid's body.
If you stood on Aid's body, he will, because of the fact that he's stable, he will be considered squeezing because of the fact that... that will be considered just the body, so rough terrain.
Okay.
Okay, so Grumman, the assassin will attempt to retaliate back and with advantage. As the first attack misses, the assassin tries to strike you again.
Yeah.
Look at that! Also missing as Grumman blocks both the blows.
Look, we leveled up and all the bad dice went over to him. It's great.
I literally spit some of my own blood out of my lungs into his face. And laugh.
And laugh. Okay, Aid, you are stable. Natar, what would you like to do?
I can't. Can I shoot through the two? If I yell duck, can they duck their heads and I can shoot, or?
Yes, you can shoot through them. No problem.
So yeah, that's what she'll do. And she's sending Tara again. Tara's gonna run here, and she's gonna dive down and just kind of try and scratch at this guy and give some help. Okay, so first one is at. Oh, helps to select Natar and not Tara. Advantage.
Okay, the first attack manages to hit, dealing 5 points of piercing damage. So you try to shoot again, this time not only your companion's duck, but also the enemy.
Okay, Tara's gonna stay on that side to help give advantage to Grumman. Or can she? Because she gave me help? Well, she gave me help on my turn.
Yes,
I don't know. I'm so confused.
He gave you help. That's why you receive advantage on one next ability check or attack. And then it's your turn. You go with the first attack, which is given help. You receive advantage. And then you strike again normally. You can stay here, but this doesn't give advantage to anyone. As in Cyrus gives... Grumman... Oh yeah, Tara can stay over there to give advantage to Grumman. Yes, that absolutely works.
Okay, then she's doing that. And that's the end of the turn.
Larkin.
Larkin's going to move onto the body of Aid, open the door, say hello, and
Hi!
And he's going to attack it with an arcane smite rapier.
Go forth. Unfortunately, missing the attack.
Then I attack again.
Hitting the attack, dealing 26 points of piercing damage. And you can see that the assassin is at his last breath.
And that's going to be it for Larkin.
Cyrus, what would you like to do?
Well, Grumman, seems like you have a chance to get back at him for stabbing you in the stomach. And I'm going to end my turn.
And what is Angry Grumman going to do with it?
Alrighty. Well, with advantage, we're going great axe with great weapons master here.
Go for it. And let's just say that the assassin has met his demise. If only he were to dispatch Grumman faster, his fate might have been different. But it's not, as Grumman swings his great axe and his head just slowly starts rolling on the floor. With that, the combat ends. And so does our session. I hope that it was a good session for you. Certainly was for me. I like the part with you drinking yourself to death with Zell.
I like to believe that Grumman has now fallen to the floor, staring at Aid, telling him
The prophecy was wrong.
Oh, that prophecy is a son of a bitch.
It was the most likely way to die. Not what would actually be his demise, mind you. That's how the spell works. And I hope I did the spell justice.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty great, actually.
Yeah.
Good job, Aid. You almost killed Grumman.
I thought you were going to one-shot me with that first assassin. I was like, oh my God.
Ooh, so did I.
Well,
Oh,
yes. If not for Cyrus, two of you might have already been dead. It's for him to thank him for trancing in the train rather than sleeping.
That was good. That was fun.
We're going to continue it next week by going onto the Montoulet. So grab your fancy clothes, pretend to be cooks, guards, or whatever the hell you want, and get ready for Snobby Nobles.
Yeah, excellent.
And
Yay.
Larkin is. I'm especially glad that I was able to do that double acrobatics test with a
That
good
was
mess
great.
check
That
with my
was
-3.
brilliant.
Yeah, seriously, like, in my mind, that's the best move of the night because I was so afraid that if Aid had to roll again, it was one more fail, and that was, that would have been.
Yeah,
horrendous.
exactly.
And we would have a Thornton scenario.
Ugh.
Yeah,
Bye,
man.
Alrighty, guys. Well, everybody have a good night. Thank you for a great
Yeah,
you
game.
too.
Have a good night and see you later. Goodbye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Yeah.